everybody, it's Sunday, July 12th. What's going on? I wanted to come here today to talk to you guys about cherry trees, because cherry trees have been one of the harder things for me to grow here in Arizona, especially taking the summer heat. So the reason I'm coming to you guys today is on July 12th, it is hitting 117 degrees plus. When you do an actual temperature of the wall next to these cherry trees, the temperature got up to 138 degrees. So it's very, very hot. So right now I'm standing under the shade of one of my mulberry trees. Really cool tree. I love being under this tree. It's actually a lot cooler under here. But what I wanted to do was show you the cherry trees that I have growing and talk about them and talk about what I'm trying to do to make them successful here. So let me go ahead and show you. Let's see, I'll flip the camera. So I have 3 cherry trees. The first of these cherry trees is a mini royal cherry. I want to get a royal Lee because I guess they do really well when they're pollinated together. This thing has actually grown really well. It was a bare root tree that I got from A&P. It's been in the ground since let's see, probably February this year. You know, it's got wood chips down for the mulch, but it's very heavily shaded right now underneath this mulberry, and it's grown quite a bit. All of this is new growth that you see this year. So it's doing well. It doesn't seem to be under too much stress. It's doing all right. The next one on my list is a Lappin's cherry. So this cherry was planted a little bit before this mini royal, and it is doing really well as well. Let me pull back the mulberry so we can see it better. So this cherry has actually grown up quite a bit. If you look, this is it all the way up here. So there's not much sign of stress. There's a little bit of leaf burn here on the top, but not much. So it's doing pretty well too. So the hottest days of the year, it's doing okay. Unfortunately, the last one that I got was not a bare root tree. It was a Lowe's tree, and it's a Bing. And as you can see, the leaves are very crispy. Not all of them. You know, I do have some somewhat healthy looking leaves up top, but everything is kind of drying out. I have noticed the past few months that the real secret to keeping cherries alive is keeping them very, very hydrated. So you'll notice the leaves start to wilt when they get dry. Then once you give them water, they really take off. So one of the main things that I'm focused now on is just keeping them nice and hydrated. The Bing cherry has one other disadvantage, is it's the least protected from the mulberry. So that could be the reason it's struggling, not just the variety. But the mini royal and the Lappin's are doing way better than the Bing. So I'm still confident the Bing's gonna make it. Probably will need a little bit more protection, but they seem to struggle a lot more than some of the other stone fruit do. So just over here a little bit, it's covered as well. It's actually kind of growing through the roof, is a Candy Heart Plurry. So this is a cherry plum hybrid. This one's been in the ground for over a year and a half now. It was one of my last year bare root plantings, but it is actually doing really well. So I don't think anything that is a cherry cross is really going to struggle here. But the cherries themselves, they're going to take a little bit of extra effort. We did an interview with Justin Rohner over at Queen Creek Botanical Gardens, who's had some very good success with growing cherries, actually gotten them to fruit, some different varieties like the Rainier cherry. And one of the things he suggested to us, which we had already done, which we're thankful about, was planting them in the shade of the mulberry tree. So keeping the mulberry growth to cover this until the cherry trees get established, and adding water, I think, is key to keeping these things alive in the summer. So thanks for watching the cherry update video, and we'll give you guys more information. I know there's a few cherry videos on YouTube that haven't really had updates. I plan on updating this again in the fall. so we can see how much progress we've made. And I know they struggle here, so everyone wants to see if they can make it through a full year and hopefully to the point where they're fruiting. So thanks, and please subscribe if you like the content in our video, and we'll continue to provide you more information on all of our plants and trees. Thank you. Bye.